What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Fifth Down Sports channel. Now, today I am going to be recording my 2021 mock draft by Mocked Out. So today we are going to go through and we are going to draft my draft class based on what I think it is. And then you guys can tell me what you think I got wrong. So, yeah, remember to like and subscribe, and let's get into this. So at number 1 overall, the Jacksonville Jaguars will be selecting Trevor Lawrence. That's really just a given. If they don't, they're going to go Fields, but they're going to go Lawrence. I would be very, very surprised. Because if Lawrence doesn't get drafted by the Jags, he's going to go to the 49ers because he said already that he won't play for the Jets. But at number 2, I have the Jets taking my number 2 ranked quarterback in the class, Zach Wilson. I think he is a great West Coast scheme, which is what Robert Saleh will bring. And the New York Jets are in rebuild mode. Well, I think they can be a contending team in 4 to 5 years. At number 3, the San Francisco 49ers will be selecting, after it loads, Justin Fields. Justin Fields, a really good quarterback. I think you bench him for a year. Let him learn from Jimmy Garoppolo. Don't re-sign Jimmy Garoppolo. And then you have Fields for the foreseeable future. And the 49ers traded up for a quarterback. And I don't like Trey Lance going to him. They could go Mac Jones. But in my opinion, Justin Fields is much better. But they could go Mac Jones. At number 4... in this mock draft, the Atlanta Falcons could choose Justin Fields, but Justin Fields is off the board. So I don't think they go quarterback here. They go with the best all-around weapon, versatile weapon in the draft. The greatest tight end prospect ever, Kyle Pitts. I love Kyle Pitts. He can play wide receiver. He can play tight end. He's a matchup nightmare. He's like Darren Waller right now with 1,000 times more upside. It is insane. So at number 5, I have the Cincinnati Bengals going Ja'Marr Chase. Now, Ja'Marr Chase, they could go Penei Sewell or Christian Dressel, but in my opinion, they're going to go Ja'Marr Chase because they want to build up that, because Ja'Marr Chase is an amazing talent. And he has that chemistry with Joe Burrow. And they have a really good young wide receiver core. And there's a lot of other offensive linemen later in the draft. And number 6, the Miami Dolphins. They traded back to this spot. Because they were either going to get Chase or they were going to get Penei Sewell. And I have them getting Penei Sewell. Offensive tackle helps out for Tua. I don't know how good Tua is going to be this year. We're just going to have to wait and see. At number 7, the Detroit Lions have to go with a wide receiver. And I have them getting Jalen Waddle. Because they have no wide receivers right now. They lost Marvin Jones, and they lost Kenny Golladay, and all they signed was Tyrell Williams. Tyrell Williams can be solid, but you don't have a foreseeable wide receiver. And Detroit, they need a wide receiver. Now, with Detroit's history, for crying out loud, I wouldn't be surprised if they go a dumb quarterback, because that's just Detroit for you. And number 8, I have the Carolina Panthers getting Trey Lance. Trey Lance. Trey Lance is a very good fit for Carolina. I am not as high on Trey Lance as a lot of other people are, but I feel like if he was to play in a system, he would fit Joe Brady's system really, really well, and I think he'll be most successful in Carolina. So at number 9, I have the Denver Broncos selecting Mac Jones. They will have a very, very good offense if they can get a quarterback. And I do not think Drew Lock is the answer. I think this is the time where you move on from Drew Lock and you just go. But yeah, I also want to remind you guys that we will be doing my first channel live stream during the draft. So if you guys would like to mark on your calendars, I believe it is the 29th of March, and I will be live streaming the entire first round. So stop by. If you're not watching the draft, at least come watch my stream. I would love to at least have 3 or 4 people in my stream. So yeah. But sorry for the rude interruption. Let's get back into the mock draft. So at number 10, the Dallas Cowboys will be selecting Patrick Surtain. They could go Caleb Farley, but Patrick Surtain is the best all-around corner. I think it kind of just depends on what kind of scheme they play. They could even go J.C. Horn, but I think if they can get the 2 young Alabama corners, it will just be amazing. So at number 11, I have the New York Giants selecting Micah Parsons. So they fixed their wide receiver problems. I think that they are going to have, where the heck is he? I think that he has a really good upside. But yeah, Micah Parsons, I think, will be the best 3-4 edge rusher. So yeah. At number 12, the Philadelphia Eagles will be going with a wide receiver. And they will be going out and they'll be getting Devontae Smith. It is so hard to pick for the Eagles because the Eagles have had so many dumb drafts, it's not even funny. But they don't have really any sort of amazing talent on the wide receiver. I mean, you got Jalen Reagor, but yeah. At number 13, the Los Angeles Chargers will be going with Rashawn Slater. Rashawn Slater, it can be Penei Sewell or Rashawn Slater. Both of those guys are about equal to me. Rashawn Slater will just be a really, really good blocker for Justin Herbert for the foreseeable future. At number 14, the Minnesota Vikings will be going with Christian Darrisaw. They need to beef up that line because they lost Ryan Reeves. And yeah, I do not do trades because I'm just draft based on where the teams are at right now. But I think the New England Patriots would be a team to watch for to trade up. But if the New England Patriots stayed at 15, they would be going Kwity Paye. Because they don't have a lot of really good pass rush on that team. And Kwity Paye could add that. They could go J.C. Horn. But, I mean, they have really, really good corners in Gilly Locks and J.C. Jackson. But at number 16, I have the Arizona Cardinals getting my number 2 ranked corner in the class, J.C. Horn. Now, J.C. Horn is a really good ball hawk corner, very similar to like Aqib Talib, for example, in his prime. And I think J.C. Horn could be a good cornerback to replace Pat Pete. So at number 17, the Las Vegas Raiders will be on the clock. And I have them getting... nope, that was an accident, not that guy. I have them getting... They could go a lot of places, but honestly, Caleb Farley will be my selection. They went Damon Arnett last year, did not work out. They can go ahead and get them another good corner, and maybe Damon Arnett can work out next year. And they have Trayvon Mullins. They have a lot of young corners that can develop into something. At number 18, the Miami Dolphins are back on the clock. And they already went offensive lineman. They could go inside linebacker. But I have him getting Rashad Bateman. Just that really good deep threat ability, good route running, something that the Miami Dolphins are going to need to help Tua and beef up that wide receiver core, and a lot is going to be on Tua this year. So Washington would be another sleeper team to trade up because they don't have a quarterback. But if they were to draft here, I have him getting Jeremiah Usu-Kormora out of Notre Dame. I really like him. I love Notre Dame football. I think he's a really good, just like pass rusher, pass coverage. He's just a really good tackler. I really like him for the Washington football team. At number 20, the Chicago Bears will be on the clock. And the Chicago Bears will be selecting, where is he at? I'm trying to think. They will be going, Rondale Moore. Rondale Moore, he could slip in the second round, but I might be biased because he went to Purdue, but I think he is a very, very good utility/gadget player. He can be in the return game. He can go almost anywhere. So, number 21, the Colts will be on the clock. And I have the Colts getting, where is he at? Jalen Phillips. I think one of the best pass rushers in the class. I think there will still be a good offensive tackle when we draft in the second round. But we need to do that defensive end beefed up because right now Justin Houston is talking to the Ravens. At number 22, the Tennessee Titans will be on the clock. And they will be getting, where is he at? They will be getting, I gotta find him. They will be getting Greg Newsome. I think Greg Newsome, a lot of teams have him higher than a lot of other teams. I like Greg Newsome. He had a really good season with Northwestern. Good ball hawk corner. I just like him. At number 23, the New York Jets are back on the clock. They acquired this they acquired this pick from the Seattle Seahawks. And I have them getting Najee Harris. Because they don't have a solid running back. They haven't had a solid running back. Le'Veon Bell was not good. And I feel like they stole that player away from the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers will have a lot of holes. But at number 24, the Pittsburgh Steelers will be on the clock. And I have them going, where is he at? Samuel Cosmi. They have a offensive line. Their offensive line is getting old, and they need a future tackle, and he could also play guard. I just like the pick for him, and because they're going to need a line when they eventually bring in a quarterback, because Big Ben's not going to be there forever. So at number 25, the Jags are back on the clock. This was required from the Rams, I believe. And the Jags, I think they're going to get their offense sorted out first. And then they're going to figure out the rest. So they're going to get Elijah Very Tucker from USC. I really like him. And I think they're going to get their offense to where they like it. And then they're going to focus on defense next class. Because right now they have solid wide receivers. Actually, amazing wide receivers. They already have a good line. You add this in. And they have a good run game. The only other position that they need is tight end. And they can find that somewhere in the draft. With Pat Freiermuth, Brevere Jordan, those kind of guys. But at number 26, the Cleveland Browns will be on the clock. And I have them getting Zavion Collins. They just need some linebacker help in general. They didn't have the best linebackers last year. And this can be that good linebacker for them. Because I believe they let Christian Kirksey walk. And now they have a really good inside linebacker to help with that defensive line. At number 27, the Baltimore Ravens will be on the clock. They will be going with where's he at? Kadarius Toney. So, he is he can be a very, very good wide receiver with a lot of upside. I liked him coming out of Florida. The Baltimore Ravens need some wide receivers because Hollywood Brown is not always the best out there. He's kind of short, and Dez Bryant is old, and they don't have really any wide receivers. So at number 28, the New Orleans Saints. This guy, I have a lot higher than a lot of people do. Where is he at? I don't know where he's at. I'm just going to type him. Trask. Kyle Trask. And yeah, a lot of people have him going a lot later in the draft. I think the New Orleans Saints know that. Well, I just realized they did sign Winston and Hill back. Okay, they are not going to go Kyle Trask. That was my bad. They are going to go with Gregory Rousseau, defensive lineman to be a good pass rush duo with Cam Jordan. Number 29, the Packers will be going with, since there's no wide receivers really left on the clock, I have them getting Christian Barmore. A lot of people have Christian Barmore going a lot higher. Yeah, I don't. I like him, but he has some inconsistency. But I think he has a good future. The Buffalo Bills will be on the clock, and I have them getting Wyatt Davis to help beef up that offensive line. And number 31, the Kansas City Chiefs will be on the clock, and they are going to go out and they are going to get Jalen Mayfield. A really good offensive tackle. They replace either Mitchell Schwartz or Eric Fishers, whichever one you choose. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock, and I have them getting... This is a really tough one to choose, because they do have some... They don't have a lot of holes. But I do have them getting Kyle Trask. I think he can sit behind Brady and be the future quarterback of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So yeah, this is my 2021 NFL mock draft. So without further ado, that's all I have for you guys today, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.